Ground. Good day.
Good day, go ahead.
At parking. Information. Lima. Read to copy.
You are clear to Sierra, Papa, Golf, Via, India, Mike, Bravo, India, 1, Alpha, Transition, Victor, Uniform, Mike, Echo, Victor, 4,000 feet. Contact when ready to start.
Clear to Sierra, Papa, Golf, India, Mike, Bravo, India, 1, Alpha, Transition, Victor, Uniform, Mike, Victor, 4,000 feet. When ready to start.
Redback is correct.
Ground. Request startup.
Startup approved. Report when ready to taxi.
Startup approved. Call you back when ready to taxi.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. If you haven't already done so, please stow your carry-on luggage underneath the seat in front of you or in an overhead bin. Please take your seat and fasten your seatbelt, and also make sure your seat back and folding trays are in their full upright position. If you are seated next to an emergency exit, please read carefully the special instructions card located by your seat. If you do not wish to perform the functions described in the event of an emergency, please ask a flight attendant to reseat you. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. Smoking is prohibited on the entire aircraft, including the lavatories. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the lavatory smoke detectors is prohibited by law. About our flight today, please don't hesitate to ask one of our flight attendants. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This is your chief flight attendant. On behalf of our captain and the entire crew, welcome aboard. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position and that your seatbelt is correctly fastened. Also, your portable electronic devices must be set to airplane mode until an announcement is made upon arrival. Thank you.
Ground. Request startup. Startup approved. Report when ready to taxi. Startup approved. Call you back when ready to taxi. Ground.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the crew, we request your full attention as the flight attendants demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft. Take a minute to locate the exit closest to you. Note that the nearest exit may be behind you. Count the number of rows to this exit. Should the cabin experience sudden pressure loss, stay calm and listen for instructions from the cabin crew. Oxygen masks will drop down from above your seat. Place the mask over your mouth and nose like this. Pull the strap to tighten it. If you are traveling with children, make sure that your own mask is on first before helping your children. In the unlikely event of an emergency landing and evacuation, leave your carry-on items behind. Life rafts are located below your seats and emergency lighting will lead you to your closest exit inside. We ask that you make sure that all carry-on luggage is stowed away safely during the flight. While we wait for takeoff, please take a moment to review the safety data card in the seat pocket in front of you.
Taxi to holding point runway 17 left. Roger. Taxi to
Ground. Request pushback.
Pushback approved at own discretion.
Ground. Request taxi.
Taxi to holding point runway 17 left.
Roger. Taxi to holding point runway 17 left.
Ground. Request taxi.
Taxi to holding point runway 17 left.
Roger. Flaps. Taxi to holding point runway 17 left.
Ground. Holding point runway 17 left.
Contact tower on 118.050.
Roger. Contact tower on 118.050.
Ground. Holding point runway 17 left. Contact tower on 118.050. Roger. Contact tower on 118.050.
Ground. Holding point runway 17 left.
Contact tower on 118.050.
Roger. Contact tower on 118.050.
We are now ready for takeoff. Please make sure your seatbelts are fastened and all baggage is secured underneath your seat or in the overhead compartments. We also ask that your seats and table trays are in the upright position for takeoff. Please switch to airplane mode or personal electronic devices, including laptops and cell phones. Enjoy your flight.
Tower. Good day. Holding point runway 17 left. Ready for departure.
Wind 318 degrees, 3 knots. Clear for takeoff runway 17 left. Report leaving 3,000 feet.
Clear for takeoff runway 17 left. Call you back passing 3,000 feet. Cabin crew, prepare for takeoff.
Leaving 3,000 feet.
80 knots.
17 left. Call
Flaps. B1. Positive rate. Gear up.
Don't sink. Too low. Terrain. Don't sink. Too low. Terrain.
Flaps.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign and you may now move around the cabin. However, we always recommend to keep your seatbelt fastened while you're seated. In a few moments, the flight attendants will be passing around the cabin to offer you hot or cold drinks, as well as a snack. Alcoholic drinks are also available. Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. We are now crossing a zone of turbulence. Please return your seats and keep your seatbelts fastened. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now starting our descent to our destination. The weather is good. Enjoy the rest of our flight.
Caution, terrain. Too low, terrain. Too low, flaps. Approaching minimums. 500. Too low, terrain. Too low, flaps. 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 500. Too low, terrain. Too low, flaps. 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 Too low, terrain. Too low, flaps.
Gear down. Flaps.
Minimums. 200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
80 knots.
NANI?!